Will the types of upgrades that we saw with the gun shops and things like that play a role when you're going to jump into the multiplayer arenas?
Not so much, and again, that comes down to balance, right? Or leveling that playing field. Because when I die in multiplayer, I want to say, he was faster than me, or I didn't transform quick enough. Not, he's got a better shotgun than me. You know what I mean? Like you don't want that, because then you feel like, all right, well, only the people who play more or whatever are better. You want the experience of, okay, it's just a skill competition. So that stuff lives in a different place. It lives in single player.
How do you keep between having everyone just stay transformed versus being the robot form when you're playing? I mean, what are the advantages one way or the other?
Well, obviously vehicles have their navigation, right? And they do have a dedicated weapon, but they don't have all these crazy lightning guns, Chaos Rift combustor that shoots this arcing grenade that explodes. They don't have sniper rifles. Excuse me, they don't have zoom. So really all of your weapons live in robot form. All the cool ones. They don't have the special ability. So I can cloak in my robot form and then turn into my vehicle. That's cool. But I don't have access to my cloak while I'm exclusively in my vehicle. So your special abilities like your grappling hook, all that stuff is rooted in your robot.
And when it comes to the Transformers, they obviously started as toys, and then over the years we've seen toys evolve out of video games. What's that experience been like to actually see things you guys have created come out as a toy form?
You know, I would say that I didn't dare dream when we started War that they would be making toys based off of what we did. Like, it was just something I didn't imagine. And I had the toys when I was a kid. I loved them, and I was like, all right, well that'd be. I'm not gonna jinx it, you know. And then they did it. It was awesome. And now this time around, we just went to BotCon. We saw the new toys that they're releasing, and they're making Bruticus, like 5 Transformers that are full size that you can have them. You can transform in their vehicle, and you can transform them together. And it's this big giant thing. I don't know really how to describe it. It's just fantastic. It's to see something that we created digitally and see it in plastic that can sit in my desk and my kids can play with. It's just fantastic.
What role has the advances that you guys have been able to pull out of the Unreal Engine and technology in general played in this latest game?
We spent a lot of time working on metals. You know, I was talking about parallels with vehicles. There's also no parallels with the degree of metal that we have in the game. Most games have some small piece of metal, and it's got a high level of specularity, and it stands out in the world, and that's cool, right? Our planet's made of metal. Like, we've got metal everywhere. So we worked on copper and steel and rust and like all these kind of levels of things, and that one of the cool things that generated was obviously a very good looking single player experience. But that then when we slid into multiplayer, one of the things that we did is we allowed you to kind of choose how metallic your robot looks. Does he look fully painted metal, or does he look ultra concept car? And so we created this slider bar that people are going to spend hours just finding that perfect look.